Peace. You're locked into another live episode of the Blackballed Sports Podcast. Monday, December the 1st. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. Today's Cyber Monday. The other day was Black Friday. We're going to talk about the Eagles game, a little bit. But I want to do this in chronological order as we see the title there. Actually, we're going to talk about the Commanders game first last night. But I want to talk about, before we get to that, I want to get your opinion on Eagles offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo. Eagles fans showed up at his house the night they lost to Chicago, Black Friday, and allegedly egged his house. The police in Morristown, New Jersey, did confirm that was the truth. What's your thoughts on that shit, man? To me, that's wild as hell, bro.
Yeah, that's when shit started getting kind of corny. That's when shit started going kind of left. You know what I mean? Like, we all are diehard fans of the teams that we represent. You know what I'm saying? We all want to win games. And no, Kevin Patullo has not done a very good job this year in the eyes of the fans. But there's so much that goes on with football that fans do not know and do not see. And it's easy to point a finger at somebody, and we could do that all day long. And I'm sure that he signed up for that. So go ahead and take that on the chin. But when you start going to men's homes and you start trying to violate their personal space where they got their family, their children, their personal belongings, would Kevin Patullo have been wrong to go ahead and pull out a gun and put a bullet in somebody's head if he thought they were trying to rob his home? Like, how would he know what the difference is between somebody trying to troll and egg and do this and somebody trying to really violate his home? And this is the lines you start kind of crossing when you start going to man's or anybody's dwelling and being and trying to violate them. No, he has not done the best of job in the eyes of the fans, but at the same time, he's a man, he's a human being, and no, nobody deserves to have their home violated because somebody thinks they're not doing their job well enough. We're starting to get a little too crazy. And that's a lot of that. Those fans right there get highlighted a lot in Philadelphia because they're so passionate. And those kind of fans give all fans a real bad name. And I'm sure it was I hope, because, some of these grown-ass people are crazy too, but I would hope that it was some young, stupid-ass fans that went out there and did something. But I hope that they get found. And I don't want to see them get charged on the fullest extent of the law, but I hope there's some type of example that is set to don't do this type of shit because it's crazy.
Yeah, and I'm with Nina Austin. It's not okay. I mean, it at the end of the day, it's just a game. I know it's set to our move for the week. We love it. We're passionate. We're screaming. We're putting money into it. You got fans that travel with the team and buy season tickets. But at the end of the day, it's never this serious for you to be showing up at a man's house. Like, I don't feel like he's doing the best of jobs. But I don't want no harm to him. I'm not showing up to his house.
Right.
I'm not threatening him. Those are just like, again, you said it perfectly. The few fans that give the rest of the bad fans, the good fans, a bad name. Even when you see like people fighting in the stadium and shit, that's all over. I see people fighting in Chicago, Carolina, any stadium, people out there fighting, but Philly gets a bad rap. And this is the reason why, because the people take that passion way too far. So real fans do not condone it. We think it's silly. We think that it's stupid, and he's been well within his rights to do whatever he had to do to protect himself. I mean, think about it. His children's in there, young kids.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, you don't play that game, man.
Right. And it's like, come on, man. I get it. Like, people are pissed. They got the sign. They had the sign up there where the Eagles play. I think where the Nova Care Center is in South Philly. Fire Patullo. I don't know, on the road signs. I'm like, man, these fans, man. I mean, at the end of the day, you want a man fired. The team's 8-4, bro. I get it. You know what I mean? Like, god damn, that's like you performing at your job. You hitting all the markers, you doing everything you got to do. You had a few bad weeks, and now everybody wants you out. Like, god damn, dog. Like, we're still, everything we need is still in front of us.
Right.
It's still time to improve. It ain't like it's over with. The season's over. It's just Philadelphia is just one of those towns and surrounding areas. It's just, I hate some of the fans, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Maybe that hate is a strong word. But I just don't like this type of shit that they be saying and doing because it's not an accurate reflection of the true diehard fans. Because you got a couple nutty ones in there. We don't all feel that way, but they, people always shine a light on them nuts, man.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
It's a fan base like no other. You know what I'm saying? I was sitting here going, damn, like They were blowing the shit out of a team that went to a Super Bowl 2 out of 3 years, won a Super Bowl last year, and they ain't have a good half of football, and they getting booed out the fucking stadium. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Woo!
Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at the booing.
Nah, I'm not either, but it's
right.
What I'm saying is like the
Yeah.
standard is so crazy. Like,
yeah,
they want to see it, but then you got some of them other fans that just kind of take it a little too far. I ain't mad at the booing. You paying money, you paying tickets. You want to see the right production on the field. You have every right as a fan to boo or cheer, do whatever the fuck you want. But then it goes to another level, and that's just like, damn, boy. Ooh.
Yeah, and it's we of course because we know they could do better. We feel like they should be doing better. You get tired of seeing the 3 and outs, just the dumb shit. The offense is totally out of sync. But we'll get to that. Since y'all did have y'all game last night, so that's the more recent. Let's talk about that, man. A very, very close game there at the end. Marcus Mariota, man, that dude, he's great, but he gonna give you that one fuck up. But he had a hell of a game, last night. Yeah, nearly, pulled off the impossible. So give us some of your thoughts from the Commanders game last night.
I'm just trying to take things out of it because I know that the season obviously is not going what we want. It pisses me off, to be perfectly honest with you, because I look at the league in general, and I know that if we were fully healthy, I'm not sitting here saying we had a number 1 seed, but we would definitely be right in the thick of things when it comes to playoffs, division, and all that shit, man. I really think that some of these games that we dropped, if fully healthy, we would have won. But hey, that is life. That is the league. You got to adjust. You got to deal with it, and it happens to every team, every year. So, this is just our turn to deal with these injury bugs, and it sucks because I'm looking at a few games, and in particular that game last night, and I'm like, God damn, if we had our quarterback, man, I think we win this shit. I really do. I think we win this shit. I think Marcus Mariota played his heart out. I'm not mad at him for anything that he did because he's a backup quarterback. You know what I mean? He went out there and he slung that shit 50 times, and he was one of the main reasons why we were in that game because he played with his nuts. You know what I mean? He let his nuts hang. He was sitting out there fearless. He was letting that motherfucker go, man, and I couldn't be happier for a performance from a backup quarterback. I thought our defense is starting to look a lot better under Dan Quinn. We still know, and we can still clearly see the deficiencies on this team. We definitely need an edge rusher. I think not having an edge rusher yesterday probably killed us just as much as not having Jaden yesterday. I think that we need a little more speed in the linebacker area, which I hope that will be solved. And I think that when you look at our offensive line, I think we got something to build on. Those are some young boys. I think Larry Thompson's the oldest at 31. And at a left tackle, you know what I mean? For some weird reason, them brothers can play up to 38, 39 years old. So he still got miles on the and tread on the tires. And all the rest of the offensive line is fairly young. And against the best pass rushing team in the league, I think we held up pretty well. I love what our 22-year-old right tackle did. I know he got hit with a real damn near back-breaking holding call when Terry scored a huge touchdown to put us to tie that game. But when you look at the bend on that defensive end and where how low he was, it's like, God damn, like, what do you, I'll take that. You know what I mean? The timing was horrible, but the circumstances, I'm not mad at it. So, man, I try to take the good, what I see with the good, and kind of just take it for what it is, man. It wasn't fun. I'm looking at fans talk about draft and draft this, and I'm happy we lost. Now we're the 6th pick. Fuck that draft. Fuck that draft. I don't care nothing about that draft. I don't care about draft order. I don't care about what we could possibly get. We got 5 games left, 5 games I want to win. I'm not thinking about no draft and no situation that's happening all the way in April. I'm thinking about right now, man. And I thought that we went out there for it. It also kind of showed me that this team has not quit on Dan Quinn. I think he's still a great coach. I think he's still a great leader, a great motivator. We just, hey, man, we still dealing with this injury bug, man, and it really is affecting us because I do believe firmly if we had our starting quarterback in there, we win that game. But let me also say this about Denver Broncos. One, that defense is like that, man. That defense is fast. They fly around. They play with an edge that you want to see in your defense. I really like them. I'm not sold on that offense, man, because when I looked at the quarterbacks, I personally felt like, and this is no jab to him, I felt like I was watching the game of the backups. He looks like a real good backup quarterback to me. Yeah, he had some moments where he plays with a little moxie, and oh, yeah, he has this little moxie. I'll put it there. But, I mean, he threw the ball 50-something times. He had over 20-something completions. Damn near same as Marcus Mariota. You know what I mean? And he wasn't going against the best defense in the league. He was going against a defense whose 2 starting corners were out and didn't have a pass rush because their 2 starting defensive ends are out. And yet and still, we seen what we saw, man. So I'm proud of my team for showing what they've shown, but I'm not in it for no fucking moral victory. I don't care about the draft right now with 3-9. That sucks. You know what I mean? But I'm hopeful that we got some things to build on. Terry's still a dog. Terry's still like that. You know what I mean? All the questions about Terry, when healthy, that brother's a baller. He's a dog, and we need him. We need him on the field. We need him off the field. So, man, I like what I saw yesterday from a few particular spaces, things that we can build on. But all in all, man, we're a 3-9 football team, and that's very frustrating when you look at a conference that could be had if you're hot. And we will not have that opportunity in 2025 because we're out of the playoffs. It sucks.
Yeah, I know. And that it goes to say how hard it is to keep winning in the NFL. I mean, you saw the Rams lose to the Panthers yesterday. That's why, like with Eagles, like it is how you're playing, obviously, but you can't win them all.
Yeah.
Like I said it last year. Like the Panthers are a pretty good team. I'm not saying they're going to the Super Bowl or nothing like that. Even about Chicago, like these are good teams that can beat you at any given week if your team comes to play. Any team can beat any team, especially this year. Like the parity is crazy. But at the end of the day, good teams find a way to win. It seems like when they need to, when they need to, and you know that play there. You know, it sounded like a little all-out blitz. The running back was open. He just couldn't get it up over the defender there, Marcus Mariota. You know, and that's the right call probably to go for it.
Oh yeah.
But why not make Terry? I don't know. I mean, I feel like you got to go to Terry there. I guess I don't know if they took him out to play, but I don't know. It was there though.
Yeah, I'm not even. I can't. We can hindsight of 2020. I'm looking at it from my vantage point in the luxury of my home, saying, "Damn, why did he pump fake? He had dude in the air. He was wide open. Why didn't he loft it over?" But I wasn't out there with that dude bearing down on me.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
that's what people always say that. Would you be able to do this when you got a split fucking second? Somebody's coming at you 1,000 miles an hour.
Shit. Good luck.
Did you make that throw? And it's windy. It all the elements is against you. Like people, even about Jalen Hurts, people say, "Oh, like yo, you're not in there. You're not about to get hit by somebody that's been in the gym for 20 years straight.
Right.
About to take your fucking head off. You got to get rid of the ball. It's easy to see that sitting on your couch eating Twinkies.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But yeah. So I think with Washington, what you kind of just want to see is they continue to do that.
Yeah.
You know, continue to try to build. On next year, even though every year is different, obviously coming in. But I mean, long as they didn't lay down completely, I think that's a good sign. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
And the game was entertaining as hell. I know a lot of people were questioning flexing us out of that game because of our record and because of our last couple of showings on prime time. That Detroit showing, that Seattle showing, those are some ugly ass games, man. It looked like we were laying down on the season. You know what I mean? So last night was dope. No moral victories, but if we play that way against the Vikings, if we play against that, like against New York, if we play that way against y'all in Dallas, then all of those games will be interesting, and hopefully we could pull out a game or two. You know what I'm saying? Because although I don't think we're about to win 5 straight, I don't think we have enough talent on the field to do that. I do think we can grab 2 or 3 of these Jones and end the year on some type of a high note, some type of momentum going into next year, man. I think it's important that we sweep the Giants. I think it's important that we go into Minnesota and beat a very, very vulnerable Vikings team.
Yeah.
Very, very bad offense right now. They got a good defense, but that offense is bad. I think it's important we win a couple of these games, man, and end the year on a good note. We already know what the outcome is. We're not making it to the playoffs. It's gonna suck the last game of the season, but we got to build on something, man. Something. So I would love to see a couple more wins get put on the win column before we get up out of here for sure.
Yeah, I don't see why not. You know what I mean? I'll say at least 2 more.
Yeah.
At least. I don't see y'all beating Dallas.
I want to, but I don't think.
Yeah, the way they're playing. I mean, I got them as the second best team in the NFC right now. Maybe even the first best team, honestly. If you really had to put it down, just right now. If that defense keeps stopping the run, I don't see nobody beating them. I mean, obviously you got playoff Dak.
Yeah,
you got the coaching, but if they could continue the way that they're playing, who's gonna beat them in the NFC right now? I mean, it could change in 2 or 3 weeks. Obviously, we know how that goes. It could change if Detroit beats them.
See, you're third right. That's gonna be a huge game.
Right. So I mean, I gotta call a spade, on that. And even us, if we don't get our act together, man, we're gonna be had. I'm not saying that we're gonna be had by the Raiders or we got the Chargers next week. These are not gonna be easy games if we don't get our act together. Now, the team that come to play, I like my chances against anybody, but if we're not coming to play, the offense is looking like that. And that's kind of moving to that game in transition, because it was one of those days, man. And I have to really take my hat off to Ben Johnson. Because I think he learned from the Washington game. Just pound that fucking rock.
Mm-hmm.
pound that 300 yards, bro. Like that's demoralizing. That's embarrassing. I seen Jalen Carter getting manhandled. I seen guys getting like blown up. That to me was the most. Obviously, the offense was bullshit, but the way 300 yards is 3 football fields, man.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me you gonna let Chicago Bears come into Philly like that and run the ball down your fucking throat like that? Like that is gut check shit right there.
Yep.
Gut check, and that's alarming, in my opinion. I'm over it. I'm kind of glad it happened on a Friday because it's something about them Mondays, man. It's a little bit harder, but the weekend was here, so I kind of got the loss out of my system. But nevertheless, it's a bad loss. I still think that's a team we could be better than. I want mom playing them again. I mean, nobody think about it. Like they did beat us props, but nobody's scared of Chicago.
No.
Nobody's scared of going to Chicago playing a playoff game. Let's just be real.
No.
So yeah, it was embarrassing. It was embarrassing, man. And they deserve to fucking get booed. But what's your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, they came in there and they took y'all lunch, and that was a surprising part because when you look at the strength of the Philadelphia Eagles, it was always on the offensive and defensive line, and those two aspects of the game got dominated by the Chicago Bears, which was shocking. It was shocking because when you look at Caleb Williams' stats, he ain't really do shit. You know what I mean? Caleb Williams played a Caleb Williams game, and when you look at the quarterback numbers and you think that he's doing that, okay, we got a good chance of winning this game. But when you have that, I think his name is Mafunga, something like that. And then you got DeAndre Swift. When they're running through gaping lanes all over the place, it's like, bro, it's gonna have a hard time. And then when you struggle offensively, it's like, damn, that y'all could be had. And what Ben Johnson did was like, okay, that first half, he was pounding the rock. You couldn't stop it. Third quarter, he got kind of cute. And that's when shit started getting kind of, it was like, oh shit, okay, he's gonna start throwing the ball. Here he comes, you know what I mean? He's not gonna stay disciplined with the run. And then he got back to it. And you guys stop it. So I'm like, man, we talked about that early that day, said it was not a must-win game, but a must-win game because of last week's showing for the Eagles, and it didn't look any better. In fact, it looked worse when it came to how you guys got beat. You know what I mean? It's not that somebody came in there, snuck in a quick field goal, offense playing bad. And that's another thing. Let me ask you this. Are you mad at some of the – because I hear a lot of the fans, bro, killing Patullo. Like you said, they were at his crib, and ain't no one talking about that defense getting 300 yards put on them on the ground.
Right. Well, yeah. No, I don't know. I think that's really just first of all, I've been saying it all off season. Every time I look at my phone, I've seen Chicago Bears add in Joe Tooney, add this person, add this. They added a fucking stout ass, young, hungry, big offensive line, young and athletic. Mm-hmm. The teams that can take the Eagles are the teams with great offensive lines and defensive lines. If you don't have that, you're not going to beat the Eagles.
Yeah.
But they were able to match our physicality. Them young boys, I saw Jalen Carter getting thrown around like he was a fucking rag doll. Like that's embarrassing. Shouldn't happen.
Not with him.
Guys not getting off blocks. They kept hitting us with the cutback. So yeah, that's what I was more pissed about. Jalen had a horrible game. Like, the interception. Okay, cool, right? Cool, but not cool. You can't be fumbling. But then again, that goes back to coaching. Why are you running the tush push there? He was running the ball down their throat. Every time we started figuring out when we sent Devontae in the jet motion that was throwing them off. They was handing it off to Saquon. He was getting 10, 15, 7 yards. Why not do that again? Why would you go to the tush push? Like, I want that shit done with at this point, bro.
I think it's going to be done with.
And my thing is spread them out. Once we spread them out, just get it. Spread him out. Go on the spread and have him pick. He gonna get it 9 times out of 10. Mm-hmm. Being too cute, trying to some dumb shit, and that's coaching. And Jalen Hurts, he didn't even want to run the play for real when they asked him, But then again, he said he can't fumble. So this was a bad game. But now you got people calling for Jalen, people talking. It's just that's Philly. I knew that was coming. We knew that was coming. But yeah, that defense, that was the most thing that pissed me off. 300. Because think about it. If you're able to hold them to 80, 90 yards. We probably still in that game. I don't care what we done. If a team runs at 300 yards, you ain't beating that team, bro.
Nope.
I don't care what your offense does. You're not beating that team.
Nope.
You're just not in the NFL. So if they hold them to 80, it was like an average 80, 90, I think, not no more after that game, but it was like probably 80, 90 you expect. All right, we probably still got a chance to win that game. But all they're gonna do is put the horses in. They beat us like how we used to beat people last year.
Yeah.
We used to run the ball down people's throat, but our offensive line is terrible this year. You turn on the film, guys tripping over each other, guys can't get on blocks. It's like a fucking peewee offensive line. The offensive line is terrible all the way down the line this year, bro. It's terrible. And we're getting beat up in the trenches. So yes, all of it, like, you know, Jalen, the stupid ass look on his face and shit. Like, nigga, snapped out of it, dog. Snap out of it, dog. Come on, man. This is a game you gotta win. You got CJ Gardner talking shit, running around. That shit pissed me off, man. God damn. But we better get our shit together this week, bro. Better.
A lot of people were talking about that one. I see a lot of Eagles content creators talking about that one play in particular where Jalen missed Devontae, and they were talking about, oh, well, Dallas Goedert was open. Everybody was fucking open on the play. He didn't make the wrong read. He made a bad throw. Because if he hits Devontae in stride, Devontae probably scores. So it wasn't a bad read.
Yeah, so the thing is, I mean, he should have made the pass. Dallas Goedert, he probably would have never got to him because the guy was coming. But they both admit they was on he thought he was gonna do something he didn't do. Oh, okay. They wasn't on the same page.
Gotcha.
It's kind of been like that all year.
Yeah.
It's kind of, you know, it's been a lot of misses like that or whatever the case may be. Again, somebody's not coming, like, you know, we're not in there. Still should be able to make the throw. I'm not trying to excuse them. You're getting paid $200 million. You got to make that pass.
Yeah.
And that's a touchdown, like you're saying. So yeah, it was just one of those games when it rains, it pours. Saquon open in the flat, he drops it. It's just, you know, it happens, man. It happens in the NFL, but it's more alarming. I know the Rams, you know, they lost, and I was, you know, clowning them and shit, but they didn't look horrible. We look horrible.
Yeah. So
we got to do something to get this shit turned around quickly. And yes, it's play calling. Yes, it's the quarterback. Yes, it's the coach. It's all that shit. People want to point blame. It's all that shit. We got to find a way to put this shit together.
What's the biggest weakness on the Eagles defensively? I'm gonna talk about that more so defensively. That you like, okay, because it seems like, okay, y'all have a couple weeks where it's like, all right, this is the defense of 2024, and then you got other weeks like last week where it's like, god damn, like they can't stop a fucking anything. What do you think the biggest weakness is on your defense right now that's kind of holding y'all back defensively?
That's a good question. After that, I mean, I think that's an outlier that week. Hopefully, with that 300 yards rushing,
right?
Hopefully, damn, that's a pretty good question. The weakness, I would say maybe the pass defense, especially now. I'm gonna say the pass defense because now you got Sidney Brown back there. He's getting turned around like a merry-go-round. That should have been a touchdown. Like, what the fuck are you doing, dog? What are you doing? Now, hopefully you could clean that shit up for next game because you're going to be a target. There's a target on your back now. That should have been a touchdown, but dude underthrew him. Caleb, but the weather was bad. So you got to give I think we give both quarterbacks a little bit of a break because the weather was horrible. They're not in the dome playing, but Caleb missed him. He was wide open for like 20 minutes. So I would say the pass defense right now. But I trust, you know, Fangio. I trust him to get things, you know, turned around. I really do. I really trust him to do that. It's the offense that I'm like, all right, can we get this shit going? Because and here's another thing, man. AJ Brown, he been getting his targets, but we've been losing.
Yeah.
I don't want to point. I don't know. Like, it's just kind of weird to me. Now he got like 10 for 130, but we lost the last two games. And when we were spreading the ball around, we had a formula of winning. He wasn't getting crazy, but we was making things, you know, everybody was in the mix.
Right.
I don't know. I maybe it's too early for it to be a pattern, but I'm just throwing it out there.
I don't know who said it. I'm trying to think of who said it. No, matter of fact, I seen a clip on Twitter. It was Seth Joyner, and I don't know what Seth, you know, Seth Joyner and then the other people he's with. They were saying that he talked to a wide receiver, Hall of Fame wide receiver, and the Eagles would be better off without AJ Brown. And this is I know this is the shit the media does, but to the chat, the Eagles fans in the chat, and to yourself, is this team better this year? Because we ain't talking about next year or anything after that. Is the team better this year without AJ Brown?
I mean, that's just silly, man. I've seen it too. That don't make. Come on, better without an All-Pro wide receiver.
Yeah,
like come on, it just don't make any sense.
Good
because
luck
when
with
you
that
You take AJ Brown off the field, then they're going to defend the Eagles differently.
Yeah,
it's hard. I mean, the Eagles been to 2 Super Bowls, 1-1 with the same personnel. It worked then. It worked very well for the last few years. It's not that horrible this year. It is horrible. I mean, it's horrible, but the wins say otherwise. 8-4, and we had probably the toughest schedule in the NFL. But again, no excuses. You want to be a top dog. You want every week it's gonna be a battle. Everybody coming at your neck every fucking week. Ben Johnson going to ripping his shirt off in the locker room. Like there was Super Bowl every week is a Super Bowl. It's gonna be like this for everybody. When they beat us, and it should be because we won a Super Bowl last year. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I just feel like we got a lot of cleaning up to do, and hopefully we could use this time to do it. If we come out against the Chargers, look at it because their offensive line sucks, man.
Yeah, they're done. Their offensive line is done right now, bro.
Dude just had surgery. I ain't a dirty player, but if he want to play, I'm going after his shit.
Mm-hmm.
Going after his shit. It ain't gonna be a dirty play, but shit. Hey, if you're getting away, getting away.
Yeah.
If you're trying to play, so it's just like you got to be better. I think defense is going to be better. The question is the offense going to be better? And if people who want to keep going at jailing, how do you explain the running game being so trash this year? The running game is horrible. We can't run the ball to save our fucking life.
Let me cut you off real quick. Answer this: is that scheme or that execution from just the players?
Execution. It's execution. They can't block. You turn on the film, even when Jalen threw that interception. You don't know if you watched the whole game. As soon as he hiked the ball, they blew the center up. He had to run, take off. And he still shouldn't have threw it. But there's been too many plays, just like when Saquon gets the ball, they're right on top of him. And I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna say it. Saquon's not the same player he was last year, bro. He's in a funk.
Yeah.
He's not the same guy. Mixed with offensive line is playing like shit. Cam Jurgens, our center, is playing like shit. We used to brutalize other teams. Now they beating us up. I don't know if people hurt, they fatigue. I don't want to hear the fatigue thing about last year. You played 3 weeks longer than everybody else, maybe 2 weeks longer than everybody else.
Right.
Guys is probably just hurt or they're on the downcline. That's alarming to me. And I don't know if that's gonna stop us from possibly repeating. I've been on record saying I don't think we're gonna repeat anyway, but that could definitely stop you. If you can't win in the trenches, you're not repeating. You're not.
Read that comment from Philly yet that just came through and answer that for me. How do you feel about what he just said?
Hold on, let me see. Because we lost the run game coach to the Saints, CJ Pagnetti. He was with us since 2013. Now he's gone. Yeah, that's actually a good point. I did see an article on that a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing. Jeff Stoutland. What's up? We got to put his ass on a hot seat.
Yeah.
Was this guy Pagnetti? Because they say he's baby Jeff Stoutland, this guy Pagnetti. That's what they call him. But he went over to another team. Now, I don't know what the Saints is doing with their running game. Obviously, they sorry as shit this year.
Yeah.
However, what's going on? Because it's blocking it. But you got to coach these. You got to get these guys ready, man. We got to get these guys ready. So look, it's a lot of season left. I'm partially optimistic, but I'm at the point now where it's like if I put on the game, I'm not gonna be as mad anymore if they start looking like shit. Like I want to see this, but I'm like, if they even the Bears at a point, I kind of knew it. That first drive when they had the football, I was like, all right, this is gonna be this type of game.
Yeah,
I seen it from the beginning. Like I don't know, it's just something you get like a feeling about your team. I'm sure last night when you was watching that game early, it's gonna be it's gonna be a game. You kind of know that.
I knew it.
Right.
I could feel the energy. I'm like, oh, we in this shit.
Right.
No.
Right. So I mean, you got the Chargers, man. You got go beat them boys, man.
Where's that game at?
It's in LA.
Okay. Not that matters.
Yeah, it don't matter, but there's no weather, no wind. You know what I mean? It's beautiful. Herbert's probably going to play, but their offensive line is not good. I don't know what they do in a run game, and they got weapons and shit like that, but you got to start trying to, because the NFC is still wide open, as anybody can see, right? I feel like this. If and this is early to say, all right, because shit, who knows? If we can win out, we'll probably get the number 1 seed. But that's not. I'm not confident. Only team I'm confident against right now is the Raiders.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
Raiders, and maybe a split with the Commanders.
Yeah,
maybe a split with the Commanders. That's right now the way we're playing. We could be had, bro. The only team that can't beat us is the Raiders, probably playing like this, because they're just going to find a way to trip over themselves. But now you got a Commanders team who's starting to play well, right? They're starting to put things together. They already kind of know us. They're getting JD5 back, and they're going to be looking, to get that get back. Well, it's never going to really be a get back, but I'm sure they would like to, contribute to the spiraling of our team.
Yeah.
I'm sure
we're going to be up
right.
for those games. Yeah, for sure.
Right, and if we can't run the ball, it's going to get ugly. Now, y'all don't got no corners now, whatever the case may be, but I don't know, man. Somebody said we don't need the number 1 seed. I'm torn about that because I want it, but then again, probably not this year because we're going to come out fucking slow as shit. Like we took 10 years off coming back. If we can't get our offense going now, we don't need no damn break.
Right. Yeah. That's a good point. That's a good point. I don't see Chicago keeping the number 1 seed because they still got 3 or 4 games left in the end. They still got to play Detroit again. They still got to play Green Bay twice. Like let's pump our brakes before we go ahead and ordain them the first seed in the NFC and even winning that division. I still don't think they're gonna win that division. I think it'll still be. I mean, all right, I don't want to say Detroit anymore because they kind of have shown who they are. I still think they got enough weapons and tools, and if they want to stay in the hunt of the playoffs, they gotta beat Dallas on Thursday. That's why I'm kind of confident
they're struggling like us.
But they're struggling, bro. They're struggling bad. Yep. Their coach is struggling. They're struggling as an organization right now. But I still don't think Chicago has much, but they did beat y'all. You know what I mean? They do got that tiebreaker. Y'all got the tiebreaker over St. Louis. Goddamn. The Rams. It's got to keep winning, man. This is why I'll be going off on some Commanders content creators and a lot of the media, the not the media that's directly with the team, talking and asking questions, the ones that are a little bit outside, the radio motherfuckers. Because you still talking about the draft, bro. F the draft. Do you understand if we would have beat the Dolphins and won last week that we're still sitting here right in the playoff? I care about the playoffs, bro. I don't give a fuck about no draft pick. Yes, I know we need an edge rusher. We need a lot. But if that was at pick 6 to 16, I want to win some goddamn games. I hate this mentality that is just like, oh, okay, we're going to lose. Let's just see where we're at in the draft. But fuck that shit. These players and these people want to go out here and win these games, bro. So, yeah. I don't care what the records are and things. If you don't go out and play your game every week, your lunch will be took. But these players want to win, bro.
Hell yeah, definitely. Like, forget the draft shit.
Fuck that shit, bro.
If it's like the last week or something, that's different. You know what I mean? Like, oh shit, we can get the number 2 pick if we lose. All right, fuck it, let's lose. But other than that, it's way too early. So y'all been officially eliminated, obviously, along with the Saints. I look at it like this: if we play with our food and fuck around, lose to the Chargers, Dallas fuck around, win the division. If Dallas gets in the playoffs playing like this, they're gonna be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna be a problem. I hate to say it. I hate to say it. I would love to be the team that takes them out, but I'm not confident right now, man. I'm just not the way we're playing now. Again, my hope is that we can start picking things up, get a little confidence, win 2 in a row. And I think we got the Commanders after that.
Yeah,
maybe fight with them, squeak out a victory. Buffalo, whatever. You know what I mean? Maybe, I don't know, but it's like you got to start. You need a couple confidence, booster games or whatever the case may be to kind of get things going. What a better way than the Chargers and the Raiders? But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I still think that I think that somehow, some way, you guys look, because it's almost like you need Dallas to lose 1 game. If Dallas loses 1, you got pretty much in the fast track to win this division, and they still got us 1 time. They still got the Lions. I don't know what the remaining schedule, but there's some games on there like Dallas. Pickens is playing lights out. When they grabbed Quentin Williams, that definitely solidified their line to where it's like, damn, you can't run on these boys now. Quentin Williams is balling out there. That was a good damn pick from New York. But they're still the Cowboys, man. And this one thing about them is expectation always whoops their ass. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking like, I don't like, okay, look. If they go into playoffs playing the way they play, that them not being in the NFC Championship and then the Super Bowl in 30 years, throw all that shit out the window. But this team could do it, right? But just something about that star and something about what they got going on over there still tells me they're gonna throw up on themselves one time, and it only take that one time for y'all to get it. Now, does that mean you guys are gonna have to fast track back to the Super Bowl? No, y'all got a lot of shit y'all got to clear up too. But the division, yeah, I still think it's definitely in the hands of y'all for sure.
Yeah, and let's be real. At the end of the day, man, if we don't get our act together, I mean, I still probably, Rams. If you had to ask me today, I'm still probably going to go with the Rams, even though as we seen, they can be beat. But then you got to look at a team like, I mean, but a team with a good offensive line is going to run the ball. I don't see it, man. I don't know, man. If I had to pick it right now, as much of a Eagle fan I am, I'm going to go Seattle Rams NFC Championship game right now. If you had to ask me, because of the way we're playing, AFC is still up in the air. I think I'll tell you this. I think the Giants are going to beat the Patriots tonight. I think they play tonight.
I'm looking forward to that game. That is tonight. I'm looking forward to that game.
They're going to beat them boys.
I'm looking forward. Is there rookie playing tonight? Their quarterback Dak or Daxon Jark? What's his name?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, they got a chance.
Yeah. When you put the Rams lost to an inferior version of the Eagles.
The Panthers do that though, man. Like the Panthers will go and they'll shit a couple games up, but they can run the ball. They're physical. Emmanuel Forbes ain't what motherfucking Commanders fans thought he was, and he can still be had. And it was, man. I don't think the Panthers are going to do much this year, but I like what they're building over there, man. And that's gonna be a dangerous team for a couple years out. They're gonna have a lot to say with Carolina. I mean, with Tampa Bay. So I still think Tampa will win that division. But Panthers are coming, man. They're coming.
Oh, he said Sam Darnold got 10 in the. Yeah, I forgot about Sam. I'm just looking at more team. A quarterback matters, but I'm like team, defense. That matters, but the quarterback does matter, too. It's gonna be very interesting these last 5 weeks for sure on both sides. Because even look at Baltimore and Pittsburgh, they both trash, man.
Trash.
They're gonna be in the playoff. Right.
And still be favored against a number one.
We're gonna see, but as you see with Stafford, man, like sorry, go ahead.
No, my bad. We were kind of a little delayed. I'm saying in a Panthers team, I mean a Baltimore team or a Steelers team or even a Buffalo team will still be favored against a number one seed Colts, a number one seed Patriots, or a number one seed Broncos, man. Because nobody believe in them teams yet.
Right. Yeah, Dion put the Panthers played the Eagles tough last year. That's when I seen it. I was like, hold on. These motherfuckers played us tough. They're gonna be good next year.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, they're decent and dangerous team. I don't know, man. I like the under the center thing, man. I see how people always do this sit behind and the quarterback shotgun. There's something about that behind the center, man, and pounding that rock like the Bears did. I love that shit. Old school.
Yeah. Well, that's Ben Johnson. That's Ben Johnson offense. He's gonna get under center. He's gonna pound the rock. He's gonna run off play action, and it's clean. The shit is clean, man. When it's done right, it's clean.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, cool, man. So yeah, man, definitely a great show tonight. I appreciate the people, tuning in to the show. Yeah, who do y'all play next week?
We got the Vikings in Minnesota at 1:00. I don't remember the last 1:00 game we had was in October, bro. So I'm looking forward to sitting down on a Sunday at 1:00 and enjoying the game without having a bunch of attention on us.
That's an easy dub.
I think we win that game.
Yeah, y'all definitely gonna win that. I can't wait to see y'all play the Giants. That's gonna be good.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a good one right there, boy. Damn. But nah, Terry's back, man. We always knew Terry could ball. He did it. He put the cut up my man Surtain. That's a hard matchup for Surtain. Those type of guys, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But Debo looked decent last night. I wouldn't bring it back if I was y'all. I would move on, depending on the price. I think I would move on.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something real quick. I'm glad you brought that up because I think we bring him back, and I'm gonna tell you why. There's not much out there as far as free agency. We need wide receivers. Like when we look at our wide receiver room, the only people we have signed to a contract is Jalen Lane, who's a rookie, and Terry McLaurin. Outside of that, the wide receiver room is empty. There's no one on it. And when you look at the free agency crop, there's not many people to grab from. So we're going to be grabbing some mid-level tier, unless you talk about a Brandon Ayuk, who we talked about on Monday. or last Friday, if he becomes a free agent, then we could bring something like that into the frame. But there's not a lot out there. I think we're going to draft one, but I think we bring Debo back. Whether that's the right decision or not, I think just based off of what's out there, I think we bring him back. Now, do we break the bank for him? Does he want a multi-year deal? That's when shit can start getting kind of slippery, because if he's talking about a 2 or 3 year deal and he's talking about a certain number, I don't see Adam Peters paying that. But if he's cool with like a 2-year type shit, I think we bring him back, man. I do. And they give it another shot at seeing what it really looks like with a full array, and he could be placed in his proper spot, because he got put in a position he wasn't belonging in this year. He got put as the number one receiver responsibility. He started seeing it wear on him. He got a little injured, a little banged up, and it took him out of his role. Do I think that he is still the Debo of old? No, I do not. But we may be kicking the tires on him again one more year. I think we might because of that.
Yeah. And I think that guy, Chris Rodriguez, I think his name is. He's not bad. I don't know if he's a starter, whatever the case may be. But dynamic. I need a dynamic running back, man. Facts. I mean, like a dynamic running back to help, to help out JD. Facts. Like Chris Rodriguez is good, a 1-2 punch. I don't feel like he's a starter in the league. But if you can get like, one of them dudes, and I don't think Bill's that. He's good, but you get one of them dudes, like, yeah, I think y'all be straight. But the thing about next year, even for the Eagles, bro, the Cowboys, the Giants, it's gonna be a very competitive division next year. Everybody's coming next year. Like the Giants are gonna try to win 10 games. The Cowboys are gonna try to be contenders. Who knows what's gonna happen with the Eagles? Because I don't think AJ Brown is gonna be there. Yeah. So it's like I don't think it's gonna be open. Like, boy, the Eagles could be on the. I hate to say it, we could be on the decline, man, if we don't retool. But I trust Howie though. That's
the
who we gonna
right
put in AJ's? Yeah, who we gonna bring in Jettas or something? Because Howie, come on, we gonna do shit.
I fucking hope not. I hope not, because he might be looking to get out of Minnesota, man. So you saying that ain't that far fetched. I just hope it ain't y'all, bro. Minnesota, please trade this motherfucker to Cleveland. Do not put him in the conference, please.
And I'm gonna say this too. For the people say AJ was right. It was never about was he right. What did it help anything? Hell no.
Yeah.
Him going public didn't help anything.
Good point.
He should have just kept it quiet at the end of the day. And now it's just weird that he's not complaining no more. And Seth did talk about in the little thing he was talking about, the little video you saw, he was talking about that too.
Yeah.
How he's not high, you don't really hear him complaining. We lost, but we will win. And he didn't get his targets, and you think somebody killed his mama.
Yeah.
The way he looking at his face, he like he was like 10,000 times depressed, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, and I love AJ. I want AJ as an Eagle. As you see what he did, that catch that he made, like against the come on, dog. Like AJ is a dog, man. I really wish we can keep him. Hopefully, we can put something together to keep the man. But I don't know. Then people saying him in jail. I don't think then they got no issues, bro. I just think at the end of the day, maybe they're not as close as they used to be because of the business relationship, and they letting people just talk for real.
Yeah,
that's my thoughts. But whatever, we'll see, man. Hopefully, go ahead. My bad.
No. You go ahead. You go, bro.
I was done.
Yeah, I was cool. I was just agreeing with you. I think it's more so. I don't think it's as deep as people kind of draw it out to be. But at the same time, the media and the fans, in particular on Twitter and stuff, they damn near run the narratives if you don't try to stop it. But if you try to stop all of them, you'd be wasting your time and wouldn't have time to practice and put work on the field. So unfortunately, they let them narratives run because there ain't nothing else they could do about it. But those narratives create conversation, and that is a lot of the conversation. So
yeah. So now definitely appreciate you guys. We'll check back in Friday, man. We'll be live together here on the channel, maybe in the morning, 10. We'll probably get the time locked down. Real soon. But definitely appreciate y'all continuing to lock into the content. So keep on engaging, keep on subscribing, keep on liking. And we appreciate that. That's Sam, man. I'm Old God, man. We are the Black Ball Sports Podcast. Yeah, have a good day, man. Peace.
Peace out. It's love.
All right.